I guess, right frequency, so to speak. It is a video, and it is really quite fascinating. If you got this on loud, you might want to turn it down, because some of these sounds, I guess it even says it here. But let me see if I can make this larger here. In this video, they're turning up the frequencies of sound that are vibrating off of this metallic sheet here, and they're pouring sand on it. Now look at what happens each time the frequency changes. They're not doing any tricks with magnets underneath this or anything. People have known about this for over 100 years, or probably hundreds of years. Just look at that. The frequencies change this sand into perfect geometric shapes. Again, if your volume's up high, you might want to turn it down if these noises are bothering your ears. All right, it goes on and on and on, and you'll see some really strange-looking shapes on some of these things. Here's one here. It looks like a bunch of heads looking down on you or something. So you can see all these different. I'm just kind of going through some of these different ones. All right, now it's getting really up into the high volumes. Anyways, you can keep going on that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play. See what we're doing for time. Well, we're getting a little long on time. I'll see how much we'll play. I'm going to play a little bit of a video that's made by the New Agers. It's called the Pleiadian Message. And it'll prepare you for many of the things that are coming in. And it'll give you an idea of why we're even studying some of these things in the first place. Because we're living in that age where all these mystery religions are coming together. And we need to understand what's happening. And then in our next study, after we do some commentary on this video, we will start getting into the meaning, the biblical meaning of 666. That'll likely be our topic. If God shows us a different route, hey, we'll go a different route. But anyways, let's go to this video here. All right, here it is. Family of light, they say there. Well, remember this. We're talking about this is the false light. Family of darkness.
There are multitudes of cultures and societies that exist throughout the vastness of space. And these societies and cultures have been on and off this planet from the very beginning. It is not just that we, the Pleiadians, have come to assist. We are only one grouping from one star system.
These are fallen angels.
There are many who have journeyed here for many reasons. The majority of the extraterrestrials are here for your upliftment, though there are also those who are here for other reasons.
Probably the good guys.
We give our version of things only to bring you into higher consciousness. We do not wish to say that
higher consciousness, that is one of the keys. That is what the serpent, everything can be boiled down to. What Satan did, and what he did and what he said in the Garden of Eden to Eve. I will make you wise. Partake of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. What is the tree of knowledge of good and evil? Forbidden knowledge.
And only this version is how it is. This whole teaching is designed with a great purpose in mind, and the stories that we tell you are set up to take you to a higher plane of consciousness. That is our intention. You are magnificent beings, members of the family of light, and you come to Earth at this time on assignment to create a shift, to make a change, to assist in the transition.
We're so great, right?
You were told before you came here that there would be much assistance and that at different junctures...
See right there? You have the Buddha, the yoga. It's not an accident, my friend, why people are doing this stuff. It's all part of the game.
For development, different entities would present themselves upon the planet in different capacities to trigger you, fire you up, and remind you, not to do it for you. We are one of those triggers, a catalyst. When you hear the name Pleiadians, you feel a connection because we are assisting you in bringing your own information, your own knowing forward. You yourself chose to be here. You are on assignment to bring memory forward and to bring the value of human existence back to the forefront of creation. You are needed. You have been in training for this assignment for lifetimes.
Well, you're seeing all kinds of pagan symbols here, and some of these things we're going to get into and define. But this has meaning to them.
Not come unprepared. All that you need to know now is inside of you, and it is your task to remember your training. This is not a lifetime when you are going to be taught new information. As we said before, this is the lifetime when you are going to remember what you already know, and we are just here to...
Look at that. These people are in here doing a demonic ritual, and they're saying this is great, and this is one of their super beings that's going to come and give them information. This is real stuff.
You of it. That is part of our assignment. Humanity is an experiment. Humanity has been designed, as has just about everything else that exists within creation. Prime Creator began experimenting with creation a long time ago in this universe for the purpose of greater self-exploration, self-gratification, and self-expression. Prime Creator brought energies and essences of life, extensions of itself, into this universe and endowed those extensions with the gifts that it had. Prime Creator said to these extensions of itself, "Go out and create and bring all things back to me." Earth was a beautiful place, located on the fringes of one of the galactic systems and easily reached from other galaxies. It was close to many way portals, the highways that exist for energies to travel throughout space. Some of the creator gods were master geneticists. The master geneticists designed various species, some human, some animal, by playing with the varieties of DNA that the sentient civilizations contributed to make Earth into this exchange center of information, this light center, this living library. The original planners of Earth were members of the family of light, beings who worked for and were associated with an aspect of consciousness called light.
Lucifer.
They designed a place where galaxies would contribute their information and where all would be able to participate and share their specific knowledge. Earth was to be a cosmic library, a place of incredible beauty that experimented with how information could be stored through frequencies and through the genetic process.
This stuff's really important. This is what they're messing with these days.
The project of the living library on Earth was eventually fought over. During Earth's early history, there were wars in space for ownership of this planet. Skirmishes took place, and Earth became a place of duality. Certain creator gods who had the right to do whatever they wanted, because Earth is a free will zone, came in and took over.
All right, she's describing this war between God and his angels and Satan and his angels. And keep in mind, she's always saying that the good guys are the bad guys. And she's saying that God's armies came in and took this world, defeated these other forces, and has made this world bad. Now check this out.
When the skirmish occurred, a certain group of entities fought in space and won the territory of Earth. These new owners did not want the native Earth species, the humans, to be informed of what took place. Uninformed, the species would be easier to control. That is why light is information and darkness is lack of information. These entities beat out light, and Earth became their territory. These new owners who came here 300,000 years ago are the magnificent beings spoken of in your Bible, in the Babylonian and Sumerian tablets, and in texts all over the world. They came to Earth and rearranged the native human species. They rearranged your DNA in order to have you broadcast within a certain limited frequency band whose frequency could feed them and keep them in power.
All right, here's what they're trying to say is, now God, she's calling it a certain sect or a certain band of creator gods or whatnot. She's saying that they stripped us of the DNA that we should have. In other words, God restricted us from our full potential. And that we deserve it. And guess what Satan's going to promise? He's going to promise to bring that back to us. And mankind is going to search and search for these codes to try to become gods themselves. It's called transhumanism. Look up, Google that word, transhumanism, when you get a chance, and research that. I'm going to keep playing this. I don't know how long we'll go. We're getting a little long.
They worked in their laboratories and created versions of humans with a different DNA. The two-stranded double helix DNA. The original DNA pattern was left within the human cells, yet it was not functional. It was split apart, unplugged. We, as Pleiadians, came back through time into what would perhaps be called our past. We came back in order to share a frequency with you, a frequency that each one of you has agreed to carry on this planet.
Now remember, the frequencies that we saw on that sand thing created different geometric shapes. Is this what these are? Interesting.
In order to change the DNA of the rearranged human race.
That might solve the mystery of crops.
Earth is assisting, in its own way, the evolution of the universe. It is where the plan begins to blossom, and what happens on Earth is going to affect many, many worlds. The creator gods who have been ruling this planet had the ability to become physical, though mostly they exist in other dimensions. They keep Earth in a certain vibrational frequency while they create emotional trauma to nourish themselves. There are some beings who honor life before everything else, and there are also beings who do not honor life, do not understand their connection to it.
That's what they say God does. He destroys and brings plagues upon.
Who are these beings who came in and rent asunder the original plans for Earth? who are these space beings we sometimes refer to as the dark T-shirts. These space beings are part human and part reptilian.
That's what they're going to try and say that God's people are.
We call them the Lizzies because we like to make things a little less emotional and a little humorous so that you don't take them so seriously and get so upset. We are not here to frighten you. We are here to inform you.
You'll even see propaganda that Queen Elizabeth is a lizard person when she is actually of the seed of David, of the royal seed of God's kingdom. So you got to beware of misinformation. Check that out. Did you see that? See if I can go back. You're going to see a Christian cross.
So that you don't take them so seriously and get so upset. We are not here to frighten you. We are here to inform you.
We're here to empower you. I'm sure you've heard that word before at your workplace.
They have fed off.
Look at this. Christian cross. The Christians they're trying to make the Christians out to be the bad guys. All along it's been we who have held you back, held the world back from gaining this new world order, the state of enlightenment.
One of the big secrets that has been kept from you as a species is the richness and wealth that accompanies emotion. You have been steered away from exploring emotion because through emotion you can figure things out. Your emotions connect you with the spiritual body. The spiritual body, of course, is non-physical, existing on the multidimensional sphere.
Pay close attention to all the signs. See how these things have a meaning.
Why do you need to know it? You need to know it because the Lizzie reality is re-entering and merging with your dimension. As you awaken to your history, you will begin to open your ancient eyes. These are the eyes of Horus, which see not through the eyes of a human being.
Eyes of Horus, remember that? The 666. The Eye of Horus, when they do that thing.
From the point of view of a god, they see the connectedness and purpose of all things. For the ancient eyes are able to see into many realities and to connect the whole picture, the whole history. All of this is to be felt. Allow your brain cells to click into being without your rational conscious mind wanting to define things down to the most minute detail.
Don't think about it.
This experience involves raising a feeling inside yourself, and then one day, at one moment, in one afternoon, having an overwhelming sense of knowing. Having a composition of 1,000 pages long come alive in 5 seconds of divine ecstasy.
Demon possession.
Before you came into the body, all of you committed to designing events that would fire your codings or blueprints, that would activate your memories. Then you came into the body and you forgot. All of you have had your blueprints and codings fired to some extent because you understand that there is a divine purpose or divine plan that you are a part of. You hold the history of the universe within your physical body. What is occurring upon the planet now is the literal mutation of your physical body, for you are allowing it to be evolved to a point where it will be a computer that can house this information. The firing of the codings and the realization of your identity are going to become phenomenally intense. The reason for this is the evolving DNA. When you have 12 helixes of DNA in place, those helixes will begin to plug into the 12 chakra system. The 12 chakras are vortex centers loaded with information that you must be able to translate.
You shall be
You have to become super beings in whatever reality you enter because, as members of the family of light, the branch of renegades, this is your forte.
These are supposed to be God and his angels, no doubt.
As members of the family of light, you know the inside scoop. You come as ambassadors to make realities merge and become more informed within themselves so that everyone involved can release fear and become uninhibited.
Remember the hippie movement?
As you grow and come to these higher realms of recognition, you will break through what feels like cement blocks, layers of yourself that have held you down. Think of the frequency that has limited the human experiment as a radio station. The human experiment has had one radio station on for 300,000 years. Same old tunes. The human experiment was unable to turn the dial and hear a different band, so the same frequency was broadcast. This created a quarantine, a sealing off of this planet. The creative cosmic rays sent by Prime Creator and the original planners pierce through this frequency shield. They bombard Earth. However, they must have someone to receive them. Without a receptacle, these creative cosmic rays would create chaos and confusion. You, as members of the family of light, come into this system to receive these rays of knowledge.
Demonic possession is what that is.
Style and the new frequency to the rest of the population to alter the entire planet.
Oh, love, 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 love. That's what it's all about.
The ultimate tyranny in a society is not control by martial law. It is control by the psychological manipulation of consciousness through which reality is defined so that those who exist within it do not even realize that they are in prison. They do not even realize that there is something outside of where they exist. We represent what is outside of what you have been taught exists. It is where you sometimes venture and where we want you to dwell. It is outside of where society has told you you can live. What we want more than anything else is to assist you, as members of the family of light, to succeed in liberating the humans.
No, thank you.
Focus on the dance of yourself.
No.
To what tune will you dance? And to what magic will you perform? And to what heights will you be willing to push consciousness to give it a new definition of possibilities? Members of the Bringers of the Dawn or Family of Light work in teams. You don't go into systems alone. You need each other to do this work because you cannot hold the frequency by yourself. By going in as teams, you increase the odds of successfully carrying out the plan. You are like rays and light spirals of the central sun that are very intelligent, and you are guided by a great intelligence inside the central sun. The members of the family of light are much more than human. Characteristically, you are supreme achievers in the multidimensional realm. One applies for a position in the multidimensional realm as a member of the family of light. If you were to have a business card printed up for yourselves when you we are all here as the family of light to bring that choice and that freedom to evolve back onto this planet. Family of light. Wake up.
There's that eye again. The eye of Horus. Notice when you see somebody who's possessed, they have a wide open eye like that, oftentimes.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
We have the power. We just need to take it back from this level of division, apartness, can'tness, to isness, I amness. I am all that is, ever has been.
All right, and it goes on and on and on. And tell you what, I bet many of you are shocked to see some of that stuff. You're seeing all these different pagan symbols and things all come together for one purpose, to create a new world order, and for mankind to allow himself to be demonized by Lucifer himself. All done as one great big trick. Hey, this series of studies is going to be really fun.